So today we are mounting a CB radio in a 2019 F350. We're going to get right to it. First thing that we'll do is we will run our antenna wire. So this antenna is a magnet mount. Of course the Super Duties are aluminum, so the magnet doesn't stick anywhere on the body. So I'm lucky to have a headache rack that I'm going to mount it to, just like that, but no, not there. I'm going to put it on top. Down here you can see this yellow wire or yellow rope that I've put through my vent. I'm going to run my antenna through the vent. I'm using the not zip ties, but bread ties that came with the antenna to keep this small. If I tie a knot, the knot will be too big to fit through the vent port. So it just barely fits. Hopefully I think that will fit through. And then I'm going to fish through here. We're going to pop this off. I'll show you how to do that with a screwdriver in just a second. Alright, so now we're going to pop this off. Just don't go crazy with it. Just, everything's plastic. Nice and easy. Those just snap out. And now we're going to use this flexible track right here. Fish it with your fingers. You just want to make sure it's far enough back. Alright, so you get the gist of it. I'm just going to block you. We're going to get more spacing underneath here, and then we can snap that back together when we're all set. Alright, so we're going to do the same with the front. Nice and easy. Don't want to break it. So the floor here is flexible enough so you can just wiggle and work. Tuck it right in underneath. Do a nice professional looking job. Okay. See? No wire. So I'm going to be mounting this Uniden. It's a, what is it? It's a Pro 505XL. Pro 505XL Bearcat Uniden. 40 channel CB. I got it on Amazon. I got the whole kit. The antenna, this, and a cigarette lighter adapter set up if I want to use it. Probably going to hardwire it though. Anyhow, I am going to drill and I am going to mount this because this is a work truck. It is going to bounce and jingle, and Velcro gets gummed up and dirty. And also the tapes will do the same and they'll lose their strength. So instead of getting it all sticky, I'm going to permanent mount, drilling 2 holes. I'm going to mark it with a pencil. I'm going to pop this off right here and drill the holes right through, and I'm going to run a nut and bolt setup pretty much like this on two spots right here. And so we'll just gently put the screwdriver in there, pry a little bit. Remember, it's plastic, and you don't want to scar up your truck too much. So everything is with caution. So those would just snap right back in place. Nothing is broken. Sounds like they're breaking, but they're not. So we're going to drill. I'm just going to open this up enough. I don't think I have to mess with the other side too much, but there, we can drop it right down. Drill through and bolt it on, close it back up. Easy job. I got one of these Road Pro cigarette lighter adapter hookups. It was suggested to buy these three things: the CB radio, the antenna that I got, and this. So I said, why not? Cheap enough price, and I don't have to mess with either hooking up to my outfitters, going through the dash, or running through there. I have a cigarette lighter right there that I can run this to. Makes my job much easier and easy to take in and out if I need to. Everything will come out real easy on this unit here. So what I'm going to do is we don't want to have metal exposed, so we'll just put some heat shrink on these before I hook it up. A little tighter fit, which is fine. Get it right to the end, because we don't want any metal exposed. If they arc, you're going to be blowing that fuse and changing it and wondering why. Same thing on this side too. We gotta trim this one. I don't need so much, so let's take your nips, your strippers. Make sure you put this on first. Hold it right there. Might be able to double this guy up. Doesn't need to go in so deep. Color code it with the blue. Blue is blue. It gives you just the right crimp. Hopefully the heat shrink will still fit over this. I just like to heat shrink them. I think it does a better looking job than the blue plastic. So you can't go over this part, because that has to go into the female, and this is black, so black will go into there. So you can squeeze up just a whisker, and that'll be a good job right there. The same with the red. Double this up. Otherwise, I'll have to trim it. Push it right through till you see it come up through the top here. Nice professional job. And make sure you so now it's grounded, everything should work. Never run a CB radio without the mic in or the antenna. So before we power it up, oh yeah, need my keys. Right where I left them. There, it works. So now what I got to do is shut it off, and we're gonna feed these wires up in, tuck them in, zip tie them together so they're tight, have a good hiding spot for them. Same with this antenna, that's got to get zip tied up in top here. Nothing that you can see on, but that's how you do a nice install for your Ford F350 Super Duty. It's 2019 model with the Uniden CB radio. If you like these videos, share them. You have my consent. You can also leave comments, rude or mean. I try to just avoid you guys if you don't like me. Just keep scrolling through. If you like me, thumbs up. Appreciate your participation. Be safe. So I've opted to change my mind. I had the cigarette lighter here set up, and it just looked too bulky. If you wanted to put cups down here too, so I am going through the outfitter switches. I am choosing number 6. That's the farthest one over. I'll be able to turn on and off the power to it, so it's fine. Easy enough to fish through. Up in there you can probably see where I went through. Right there, there's a hole for your wires to go through. Ford made that very easy. Come around to this side, if you take a look, here are your wires. They're tucked right in underneath here. They tell you what wire does what. We're going to be looking for relay number 6. So it's going to be a gray and an orange wire. And this is here somewhere. There is a gray and orange wire. That's what my positive is going to go to. My negative, my ground, is going to go right to the frame here. You can see where one is already wired to right in there. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but that's where I'm going to attach it to, because everything else is aluminum on here. So we got to keep it to the steel frame. Easy enough. Okay, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to put a heat shrink down over the desired cable. So now I'm going to use this heat shrink solder set. I love these things, but the problem that I find is when I heat the solder up enough to melt, the plastic melts with it, so then it's open. You'll see the solder actually come out of the plastic. So that's why I put added heat shrink to it. Works really well though. I like the outcome. So you push those together like this. And now we're going to hit that solder till it softens. Let that set up a little bit. Keep it straight. Melt the heat shrink. Try not to burn the cable. Can you see what I'm doing now? I'm going to put this heat shrink up over everything. And so now it'll seal it. There. Watertight. Alright, so now for my ground, I'm going to put a couple heat shrinks. The big one first, then the small one. The small one probably won't fit over the blue once I squeeze it. So this is a U shape like this, so it will fit around the ground bolt. See how that just pops through the top there. Now we'll use our crimpers. Blue to blue. Works every time. Yeah, just like I thought. It wouldn't fit. So what I'm going to do is take this bigger one and sleeve them both. Not that I have to, but usually these things will get all corroded up running electricity through them. So I just try to keep them as clean as possible. Now I'm just locating my torch. Nice, neat job. Doesn't get it as tight as I want it, but it's clean. Okay, so now this guy, I already loosened up that bolt. Looks like this guy goes somewhere. You can even see what I'm doing. sure they're nice and snug. Okay, now let's give it a test. Oh, and it works. There you have it. Now you can subscribe, share, and leave comments. Appreciate your participation. Be safe.